Yes.
The lighting is so bad. I look like I'm really dark.
Your background is a bit 點講呢？有啲黑線咁。好食。
我後邊啊。
I think so, yeah. Because I think it's because it's so white.
Are you seeing things I don't see?
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Happy Hour. As you can see, we're taking our podcast onto Zoom, and I'm really excited to finally welcome our first ever Gen Z guest, Winnie. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us virtually. So today we'll be talking about how to make friends after graduation. And I think, I think Winnie, you recently graduated as well from university.
Yeah, I'm a class of 2020, which is like amidst the pandemic, a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I literally came back in March, which is like before the term ended. So yeah, I was in England. I graduated from university. I did a low humanities degree. Right, and before that, I was actually in Canada for high school. And then before that, I was in Hong Kong. So I've been in different parts of the world. So I think I could contribute to this episode with a little international context and also a bit of a local context as well. So
yeah, I mean, usually we do like a little trivia just to warm ourselves up before we get into existential discussion. But yeah, today decided to do a would you rather thing, friendship edition.
This is not a competition, right?
No. It's literally just like
no points. Points.
Yeah. It's open to perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
Do
first.
I have to answer or what? How does it work? How does it work?
I mean, like, okay.
I'm like getting nervous.
It's okay. It's okay. I think to be honest, it's kind of like a party game, almost.
Okay.
But yeah, very chill. So first one, A, no friends and lonely, or B, have toxic friends only and lonely.
Wow.
I would do A.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want toxic friends.
Yeah, because
A for me as well.
Yeah.
I'm kind of considering because A, I think naturally, but B, with a view of changing them into non-toxic friends.
It's
another possibility.
Yeah, because I mean, good friend, like any sort of social relationship takes work, really. So yeah,
that's
true.
Yeah.
What is
nice one, Wing?
I think this is more of an introvert versus extrovert question, right?
I got a sense there too, but I couldn't imagine a world without any. I guess I read it as being just alone forever. Like that's a bit too much for me.
Forever alone.
Yeah.
So second, would you rather have one friend who stays with you for the rest of your life, or have multiple seasonal friends at any one time? So like what I mean by seasonal friend is like friends who only stay in your life for maybe a month or so, like a few months or so, but then like they take off and stuff.
These are pretty hard.
Well, that's the point.
They're really complicated.
Usually the quizzes are just numbers, right?
Yeah, no, but this is like, would you rather?
I think to be a little adventurous, I might choose B, just to like get to know a lot of different people and like build your own little network. Like even though if they come and go, like if it's like seasonal, you're still meeting people, right? So like you can still like stay in contact with them and like social media and stuff. Yeah, I would choose B. Seems like
You think that
your network of friends, like your network of friends, seems to be a lot bigger than non-seasonal ones. Adventurous.
Yeah.
I guess that's how you lived, Winnie, right? Because you
Yeah,
mentioned you
sort
moved
of.
to
Yeah.
places. So
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
okay, yeah, probably say the same.
Yeah.
Just the diversity. Like I do get motivated or energized by the thought of meeting someone that I just don't know before.
Yeah.
I think there's the stability of just someone being there all the time as an anchor. I actually see that more as family. So maybe that's the
Right.
differentiation there. So yeah, that'll be same for me.
Yeah, me too. Hashtag me too.
What about you, Elaine? Are you gonna answer these as well?
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, like for me, it's kind of like I would say quite specifically, I would also prefer B, but in terms of seasonality, I would rather them stay for at least like a few years rather than like a few months, because I feel like just constantly being uprooted, and I feel that's not really enough time for me to establish a solid friendship with like other people. So yeah, I guess of course it really depends. But yeah.
So for you, you're saying it takes a little bit more time to develop it into what you would call a deeper friendship.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
especially if it's out of school, because at school you see them every day, but then out of school you don't, right? So, well, you probably don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So next one, would you rather have a friend who's good at replying texts but always flakes out in real life meetings, or or B, have a friend who's bad at replying texts but always show up in real life?
B. Definitely B, because I know that I'm bad at replying as well. So I'd be the person who ghosts people a lot. But I think to build like more meaningful friendships, it always happens face to face, right? If it's online or on the internet, it's sort of a bit superficial, and it doesn't really build that solidity in the friendship as much as in person meetups and hangouts. So I definitely choose B. It's more, if it's more personal and more meaningful, I guess. Yeah.
Same as well. Definitely B, especially now because all your friends have turned into ones that are just texting because we can't meet each other as much.
Yeah.
And that's not sitting well with me. I'm struggling with that. No matter how often you text me, I don't feel the communication and the bond that you get when you get to do stuff together as well when you meet each other, like play sports or I think that's just different. I can't really replicate that with texting. So same.
Me too.
Don't do the hashtag.
I know, but the thing is, it's really difficult to like. I can only choose one or the other. Maybe that's the point of like, would you rather, right? They're trying to choose like one over the other sometimes. Like sometimes when I need something really badly and the friend doesn't text me back, I'll be like, oh, what's going on, right? But then I agree with like Winnie and Wing. I think face-to-face hangout, etc., would be more meaningful to friendships for sure.
Before we go on, what's your star sign, Winnie?
Oh, I'm a Gemini.
Oh.
Gemini.
So that's like
I was born in June.
Which one is Gemini? What's that in Chinese?
Sanji.
What are the characteristics, Elaine, of Gemini?
like very like enjoy intellectual conversations, very extremely multifaceted.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And-
Winnie is super multi-talented. We can get her on any
Nice.
episode.
Nice, nice.
Just
I'm multifaceted. Like sometimes I feel like I'm a bit bipolar, so to speak. So to speak. I'm not saying that I am, but like
Like
Yeah.
a lot of mood swings and stuff.
yeah, a lot of mood
yeah,
swings
yeah.
and
Yeah.
need some control.
that's why you're good at so many things, right? So
Yes.
I don't know.
Two sides of the same
Is
coin.
there a correlation? I'm not sure.
Right. So next one, would you rather have a friend who's a great listener over the phone, but always on their phone and like when you hang out in real life, or B, great listener over a terrible listener over the phone, but always gives you undivided attention in real life. So it's pretty similar to the previous question.
Yeah, I think B as well. Like as what we said previously.
Yeah, in person.
Yeah.
I would say B because I hate people who are texting on their phone when we meet. It's like what's the point? You know? Yeah. So yeah, for me B.
Right.
Me too. Jose.
Me too.
Is that your main? Is that your anchor word for this episode?
Yeah, no, actually making this would you rather thing is quite hard. Like I spent, I think, about half an hour just making 5 questions.
Oh no.
Only?
Thanks for the effort.
I actually thought would be like, would you rather, like when you meet a friend, would you rather talk or listen, or something like that?
Oh, right.
I actually thought that was.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Impromptu insert question: would you talk or listen?
Man, that's not a good question to answer because if I say talk, it just means I'm self-obsessed.
No, but it's like, I mean, there are some people who prefer to listen, right? Because they don't want to use because for them it uses a lot of brain energy to try to come up with something to talk about.
I think the level of brain energy is like, it depends because like I've heard something called active listening. It's like if somebody's like ranting something to you and you just sit there and listen and doesn't really show effort of really absorbing what they're saying, then the communication isn't really going to be effective because you're not really responding well to her statements and sentiments. So I think like yeah, previously I would think being a listener doesn't really require me to use a lot of brain energy, but like now that I've learned something called active listening, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I have to focus on like every single word that my friend's saying, and I have to like be interactive and like nod to every single rant that he or she is like putting out. So I think, well, in real life, I tend to be a listener as well because I'm not a very talkative person. But it also depends on the situation. If I'm the person who rants, then I'd have a lot to say. But when I don't, I'll be like, I'll just really sit there and think. I mean, and listen, and you know, just whatever is being said to me, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll try to be responsive and appreciate things that people share with me. I think that's a main method to really build a connection and build meaningful relationships is to listen and be supportive. Yeah. And also like share a bit of your own life as well. So I think the main I don't want to say strategy, but like the main way of building a connection with people is to really be a listener and have like a shoulder to cry on, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I actually think that's a good point because I think some of the best communications I say I would have with my friends is starting off as a listening kind of person. So they maybe would start I guess you could call the topic or share the emotions at the time, and then you just feed off it, and then you give your views with a view to try and help them or try to resolve their issue, or maybe just to share. So yeah, I think that's a good point. But Jose was going to add his
okay, yeah,
add his Me Too moment as well.
Go.
I guess in terms of communication when you hang out with somebody, there are really two types, right? Sometimes people just want you to listen, and there are times when people actually want you to have feedback or like advice to give them after they rant. So I guess so what was the original question again? I forgot what's the would you rather thing already.
Would you
listen? Would you rather talk or listen? So obviously not the listening part for Jose.
I talked a lot about after the question, so I kind of like don't remember the question anymore. No, but yeah, like well, for me, I think I would rather listen as well, because actually I've been doing that role since I was a kid, even like with my friends or my sister. So yeah, I think like I'm more of a listener.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was just like when you described it, like, oh, like being a listener was my role since I was.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Sorry. No.
Elaine has these moments.
Yeah, I know, because when you said it that way, it just like made me think, oh, you were forced to like not talk from when you.
No. Like I think it happens naturally, and it's a choice, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So, would you rather A, have fun hangouts every day with your friend, but they never listen to your problems, or B, you guys have fun, you guys never have like fun hangouts, but they always listen to your problems?
This is a very challenging one.
How can you have fun every day?
I mean, I know some people who like actually have time to hang out every day.
How can you have problems every day?
No, but like.
That's true. Yeah. These questions are really hard to answer. That's all I can say.
Having fun for me. That's the main purpose when I think of social interactions. I mean, if I have problems, I can resolve them. Like, I can see other people, or I can have other options. But like, friendship for me is fun. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it, because like I think the main loophole of these questions are like, are you saying that you have only one friend in your life, or do you mean that you also have the other friends as well? Like, are you saying like a specific friend, or yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I would agree with Wayne. I would like, just, it doesn't have to be friends, but like if I were to, talk about my problems, I would just like reach out to my parents or like any close relatives of mine. But if I were just to really compartmentalize friends as the aspect of my life that I just have fun with, then yeah, that would be a choice. if that's the only two options that I have. Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag me too.
Well, we've been with the same, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice to know that we're similar people.
When it comes, I did notice that every time the communication between friends, it seems like everyone's basis is to vent, which I was quite surprised about, because the word vent came up maybe 10 times in the conversation already. I actually never thought of it that way. But
I mean, most of the time, those are like venting to friends is like what friends are for. Like,
Interesting.
I think
Okay.
70% of the time you talk to friends through, well, you bond a lot more when you vent to a certain person because you're like sharing your own personal life, right? Sort of. But
Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
I never thought about it that way, but yeah,
You know.
I see what you mean.
The purpose of friends
Yeah.
is to listen to your venting.